Here are 10 things you need to know about the new ToneX Editor. Number 1, the editor is a separate app. The editor app is the app that you'll use now to control all of your hardware pedals, and the original software is a software you'll use inside of a DAW, or you'll use it to capture pedals, stuff like that, or you'll use it if you want to use it as a standalone app, plug your guitar directly into your recording interface. But if you have hardware pedals now, the editor is likely the only app you'll ever use. Number 2, the format. The new editor has an editor tab where you will do all of your digital knob tweaking, and the librarian tab where you'll do preset management, taking presets from your library and transferring them to your hardware. Number 3, every control on the hardware is now available on the software. So right here is global volume. Right over here is global tap tempo. Right over here are your global settings, so everything from input trim right here to your main volume to interface volume, MIDI setup on the big box, and tuner and general stuff like that. So basically everything that was on here is now on here, and you can see as I turn up the bass, you'll see it is turned up right there on the pedal as well. If I grab the mid knob, I can see that change happening right there. If I change the hertz, you can see it happening in real time. This is a real-time editor. Likewise, you have access to all of your effects, your noise gate right here, your compressor, which you can put pre or post, your delay, your reverb, again, which you could put pre or post, things like that. So all of that is controlled right here in the app and automatically controls the hardware. Number 4, reverse functionality. Say you enjoy having a sore back and bending over and tweaking the knobs on your hardware pedal, on your pedal board. Will those changes be reflected in the software? Well, yes, they will. If I grab this gain knob right here, as you can see on the software, it's turning that up or down. The bass, likewise, mid, likewise, all of that stuff. So anything that you do right here is also affected right here in the app, and that's the global volume right there that you could see. Number 5, how to import and export presets. When you're looking at the editor, there's no import or export button. So what do? Well, I just tried to open a folder and drag and drop presets from my desktop, say to the software library side, and that worked just fine. So if you're looking for a way just to quickly import a preset, just have a folder, drag it in place. Exporting is pretty much the same as last time. You always had this little option, this little export button right here on your presets, and then you can export it to wherever you want there. Number 6, preset organization. Took me a little bit to find this, but when you click on the librarian, when you first load the app, there's no clear place where there are user folders. And I know, at least for me, I used user folders all the time, but they are there. It's just found under this filter tab. So click this filter tab on this section, navigate to the folder you want, and there you'll see all of the presets that you had in the folder before, when you had in the original software. Which brings us to the next thing we need to know about. Number 7, preset syncing between the softwares. So let's say you're tweaking this preset on the hardware pedal. You can see these changes are happening right now. Say you like this, and say you save this. What's cool in the software is you can save as, and then you can choose a new spot for it. Let's just put it right here, and let's just rename it something that we can find super easy. So 000 test ToneX. So let's save it to that location so it's saved right there. See, the thing is, right now that preset is on the hardware pedal. So the first thing we have to do is make sure it's in our software library. So go to the librarian. Right here are the presets that are on your pedal. Right here is your software library. So I'm going to drag this into my software library, and you can see right now that that moved to the top of the library. So now that that preset is in my software library, let's pull up the original ToneX app and see if it shows up there. So if I open the app, navigate to My Tone Models, and search by name, and let's scroll up all the way to the top, we will see that that preset shows up in the original ToneX software. And the reverse is true as well. If you tweak a preset in the original software and save it somewhere in your library, it will show up in the ToneX editor as well. Great job, IK. Number 8, a feature called Auto Load. I really like this one. It's a button right up here. It's found in the librarian. Say I'm working off of this spot right here, bank 000A, and if I have auto load selected right there, if I just single click any one of these presets on the right, you'll see it immediately loads up. And if you have a guitar in your hands, you can immediately audition these. Number 9, revert and reset chain. So on the big box ToneX, you have two options. Let's say you're tweaking some stuff, you change your gain, your bass, your mid. Let's say you're changing the compressor settings, turn that on. And let's say you don't like those changes and you want to go back. If you hit reset chain, all of these things go back to their neutral positions. So let's say you pull in a preset, for example, this one. This is a preset that I have released under my collection. It has an EQ behind it. It's because I intentionally gained it up. I intentionally pulled the bass down. This is the way I want the end user to receive the preset with these settings that I have selected. But let's say you get this preset and you want to make some changes. You want to turn the bass back up a little bit. You want to turn the gain down, right? But then you're auditioning this. You don't really like those changes. You hit reset chain right here. Well, all of these knobs go to noon, and that's not where I had originally set them. So that just levels everything out, which might be good for certain situations. But if you want to bring that preset back to stock, back to the way you originally imported and saved that preset, then this revert button right here allows that to happen. And all these settings, as they were originally done on that preset, will revert back to that stage, basically their saved state. And finally, number 10, have some grace on IK Multimedia. Yes, of course, it took them a little while to release this editor, but honestly, guys, the ToneX is still the king of capturing. I cannot fathom that we have access to world-class amps in a package like this, and now we can edit them at our fingertips. We have to wait a little bit. Who cares? They have given us an incredible product at an incredible price, and they keep adding incredible features. So well done, IK Multimedia. We as a user community just want to applaud you for the gear that you've provided, and we wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Can't wait to see what you release next. Hey, if you like this video, like it and subscribe it. If you want access to my ToneX presets, I have that stuff available on my website, but I'm also a tone partner with IK Multimedia. So if you go to ToneNet and search for the Tone Shepherd, you can see some of my collections there. Also would love to invite you to my Instagram, where I talk about all things praise and worship, heart and craft. I'm a worship pastor as well. And so I love tackling these two topics about gear and about the philosophy and ministry side of worship. So hope you enjoyed, hope this was helpful, and can't wait for you guys to get access to this editor. Until I see you in the next video, be blessed.